CBS Television, in cooperation with its affiliated television stations, presents the distinguished reporter and news analyst, Edward R. Murrow.
My purpose will be not to get in your light any more than I can, to lean over the cameraman's shoulder occasionally and say a word which may help to illuminate or explain what is happening.
In the world of broadcast journalism, perhaps only Walter Cronkite comes close to receiving the praise and accolades bestowed upon Edward R. Murrow. He won several Peabody Awards for excellence in broadcast journalism, as well as 4 Emmys for his television program, See It Now. He was awarded the Medal of Freedom by President Johnson in 1964, and he is often known as the patron saint of broadcast journalism. CBS headquarters has a plaque in its lobby that has a picture of Murrow, with the inscription, "He set the standards that remain unsurpassed." Even after his death in 1965, Murrow remained a figure journalists still look up to today. But why? What is it about Murrow that inspires such praise? For some, it's his background.
He's an ordinary person, came from a little town in Skagit County, and went to what was called a cow college, not a prestigious college at the time, here in Pullman. And yet he embraced his education so fully and actually put it to use so fully.
Mark Wadley teaches a class about Ed Murrow.
He wasn't trained as a journalist. He never took a class in journalism, never wrote a story. He was trained in speech.
This is Korea, where a war is going on. That's a Marine digging a hole in the ground. They dig an awful lot of holes in the ground in Korea.
But he never saw himself as a broadcaster or a journalist. He saw himself as a human being, as a communicator.
We are flying just behind our artillery positions. We are not permitted to photograph in advance of that line. But it really doesn't matter because most of these hills look alike.
And the tools he used were the tools of speech and communication. In other words, he was a human reaching into his own heart, his own gut, his own soul, and then communicated that to what he, to society, to other people. And that had not really been done before.
The outfit is still in the line. They may need some blood. Could you spare a pint?
So 30 million people could all feel that Ed Murrow was talking to them.
This is the front. Just there, no man's land begins. And on the ridges over there, the enemy positions can be clearly seen. In the course of the next hour, we shall try to show you around Korea a bit.
It was, oh, here's a person talking to me. Clearly, he's on the radio. Clearly, he's enunciating and watching his words a little bit. But he was never dramatic on purpose. He was always trying to enlighten, always.
Wadley compares Murrow's style to that of a movie critic.
A good movie critic does not give you their opinion. That's not why you read a good critic. Rather, a good critic guides you through what the relevant questions are.
But the heart of the conflict in Jefferson County, as in the rest of the country, lies in the taxpayer's pocketbook. How much was education worth to him?
But because they skillfully guided us through what are genuinely the important questions, at the end of it we go, oh, now I know what to be asking myself.
President Eisenhower has stated that we face a national emergency in education. We have become, in fact, a have-not nation in education. We have not enough teachers by almost 150,000.
You speak with the intention of enlightening your listener. You know what you're talking about and you know your audience. That's basically Socrates, and that's what Murrow did. He said, my job is not just to pass facts along. That's not it at all. My job is to pass facts along, but then to give you an appraisal, not an opinion. That's a critical difference, so that you can understand, oh, there's the context within which those facts exist.
We propose to examine, insofar as we can, the case of Lieutenant Radulovich.
And he never proposed a conclusion. He just said, well, this is what this means.
Because neither we, nor you, nor they, nor the lieutenant, nor the lawyers know precisely what was contained in that manila envelope. Was it hearsay, rumor, gossip, slander, or was it hard ascertainable fact that could be backed by credible witnesses? We do not know.
He said, The most valuable thing I can do is offer people, I can inspire people, and I can get them to start asking the right questions.
And it seems to us, that is to Fred Friendly and myself, that this is a subject that should be argued about endlessly.
Others deeply admire his fortitude.
I think something that really cemented Murrow as a guy that I would look up to is definitely his ability to stay strong when he knew something was wrong.
If this fight against communism is made a fight between America's two great political parties, the American people know that one of these parties will be destroyed, and the Republic cannot endure very long as a one-party system.
I think something that's not often talked about, at least from what I know, is that after his big show on McCarthy, his career got pretty thoroughly destroyed, and he wasn't doing TV for too much longer after that.
But Senator McCarthy didn't permit his audience to hear the entire paragraph. This is the official record of the McCarran hearings.
I think it takes a lot of courage to be able to stand up for something that you think is right, no matter what the costs are.
Wagner also admires Murrow's ability to communicate.
I really latch on to his kind of writing because it was so descriptive, it was so thorough, it was so visceral.
The whole surface of the ocean is undulating like some huge giant was shaking a carpet. Each huge wave seems to be dragging another along behind it.
In terms of what I admire was his incredible ability to tell a story.
But occasionally we're being jabbed by short, sharp blows. We've hit something with a bang, audible above the roar of the motors. A solid sheet of water.
I think the big thing that I got from that is just the use of language as a very, very powerful tool.
The whole area looks as though a careless plowman had driven along on a blue velvet carpet, and when his plow turned up, it was snow.
Looking at the reporting of Ed Murrow, I can apply that to a lot of different disciplines and just say, you know, language is such a powerful tool, and you need to work very, very hard to be able to use it in the right way.
In the eye of a hurricane, you learn things other than of a scientific nature. You feel the puniness of man and his works. If a true definition of humility is ever written, it might well be written in the eye of a hurricane.
Perhaps what makes Murrow such a beloved figure in the end is his ability to inspire.
Throughout my career, I will always endeavor to make sure that I am telling a story, no matter what it is. I'm telling a story that people will find engaging, people will find interesting, and maybe, just maybe, if I'm lucky, one person will take something valuable away from it that might change the way they think about something or add a new dimension of thought to their lives. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that I can take away from Murrow.
Good night, and good luck.